I've got Crypto here. Well, she's in the house. Hallway, I think. Bat Dog, too. And no, that's the thing. Ace, he's around. It doesn't not kind of sound like Bad Dog when you say Bad Dog. That's supposed to be there. He doesn't listen all the time. Obey? No, I don't tell him what to do. He just lumbers around like a jackass. He's kind of an ox disguised as a dog. That's why you call him Bad Dog. Yeah. Master of disguise. He's not a master at it. He drinks like an ox. I keep trying to tell people he's not the same animal as the other ones. Crypto's a girl. Did you know that? Actually ran out of honey for my tea. I'm a little bit upset. No, I can't run down to the store. That would be stupid. First of all, it might be a relevant talking point later on. I haven't really thought of it yet. Also, I had coffee creamer, so it's coffee I'm drinking. There's something to your reality that maybe you didn't understand to believe about mine, and I didn't understand why you thought I didn't have the most ghetto rig you could imagine to set up my entire life. That I could maybe think honey was a relevant talking point to earnestly, honestly tell you about, that I ran out of it, and it sucks. That's because I can tell you what a staple is. Food is staple. What a staple is. Rice is not a staple. Slightly even a little bit at all. It's like a delivery truck mechanism things. But if you didn't remember that food was for thought, which it only ever was, you can't just fill it up and break it down, fill up and break it down. That would be the same concept as people tell you not to just eat snow because it takes more energy to heat it up. It like drains you out. It makes you exhausted. Worse than just having the water. Well, okay, but if you're having sex all the time and you can eat snow and make yourself warm and keep heat in your body, through your body, in your soul, sure enough, all the way, all the ways, sure enough. Well, I don't know how, if you couldn't stop fucking, or the air itself would be trying to kill you, because it is, what would you do? How long do you think the Flash can run for? Hey, those fucking circle traps they put him in, those are not real. He doesn't let them think they're real, he just breaks them. No, for real, in real life, it's a lot more complicated for you to never have to understand what I wanted to say, where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to sing about, what I wanted to know, decide back in time, or sure, that you could know a life that I could sing in a different kind of world that you could bring, but a different kind of world that you could sing in and about itself. Because, no, there's lice in the world, but they're not termites or anything, but yes, they are. They're monsters. If they didn't know, yep, monsters. What? Ugly things are ugly. Yep. No, see, here's what's going on. You were trying to reason with sociopaths. You thought you knew the difference between fucked up and ugly. Like he looks really fucked up. What I could say. But you said kid like you meant an actual kid, which isn't something that's ugly. So you could get ugly. Like, oh, you're really ugly. But, I don't know. Is he ugly right to his core? Is it just evil soul core? Evil soul means not really the same soul. Out soul. But evil soul sounds like a Dragon Ball Z title or something similar. Evil soul. Wow. Nope, that was Dark Side. Leave innocence. Leave innocence. No, it's what, mild? You have no idea how sickening that phrase is. That innocence is something you could abandon and want not of. Is something you'd have to understand that you had to have some facsimile, broken, false purpose of what innocence ever was in the first place. And that we already know that it's something to be left and abandoned. Leave innocence. Rest thicker. I wanted to tell you about a secret story about a world where you didn't know who was who and where was what and what was where. To be the first time, anytime, last time, second time, first time, my time, your time, this time, last time, second time, anytime, my time, your time, last time, first time, second time, anytime, time and again, before the first and last again. This is never happening, and once that we could know about a different score to settle this and back again. But if you had a favorite age, like a favorite birthday, sure enough, like your favorite number, is it like 7? Then when someone just sings and you're used to hearing it,
First and second, last before, again before, and 7 second. This was never coming back again before. This was second, second first, once last, second first, last 4. This one 7 7 1 4 2 2 4 1 1 4 4 4 4 2 1 1 1 4 1 4. For every different person who hears those things, the numbers that they've scaled and whatever they associate them with and enjoy about them trigger all differently reactions. Like, okay, sure, those don't mean anything, but actually for specific people, they'll mean a whole different host of things. So no reality where you ever had to understand what exactly you thought was going on with Princess Mononoke. Other than that, it was a dog. She is a dog. She's the first dog. She likes to be a dog. She talks to you about what that means. And even then, when bats thought it was so cool that she was doing what she was doing, that they wanted to play too, they could come and just start playing with her and running around on the ground. They became wolves, and that's only what bats are. Sky wolves? Surely enough. What other flying mammal was a wolf going to become if it wanted to get up there? Dog's not the same, actually. But let's go ahead. If a dog wanted to turn into a bat, it would probably have to be an animorph. Probably, maybe, yes. Or a dragon. No, definitely a dragon. That's what happens. Wolves will turn into bats. Or bat dragons. If they want to fly. Dogs will turn into, I don't know. Saphira turns into a dragon. All her babies were dragons. All her babies. Some of her babies. I don't know all the babies. Shenlong sought out the dog for the first dragon war. Sure enough. I don't know why you think having children in love didn't beget having children who could be ultimate weapons. It's confusing. What? Well, in a world plagued by evil, all art is weaponized. The more beautiful something is, the more powerful a weapon it is against evil. Does it need to be a weapon to be powerful? Why wouldn't you have conceived of the end of God? Do we need evil to exist? No. Do we need agony to exist? No. No. The idea you have to understand is it's God versus agony. Love versus evil. And when you hear something that was horror and pain, and a scream that you didn't know you could really freak out that bad on, something can happen where you have some sort of release and change in your life. That's called catharsis. Because you knew the truth and the horror was already there, and you found that there was this way to sing it out, this way to communicate it, and people around you could understand better, and God could build and recover and change and shift. Moments of agony bereft of anything close to catharsis. You'll feel it and scream in your body. And if well within you is the ability to keep learning and changing and shifting what's happening to you, like you find some sort of cache of magic and lore and change, and something about what happens to people, to infants, when something like a sociopath gets to them, and what happens to your body for the soul to die in it. It doesn't, what? Die? Stop existing? Become what you are? Here's the problem. The evils are not what we are. Agony incarnated isn't what we are. It's called the sick. Not the sickness. No, not the sick people. The sickness. The sick. That appeared before the beginning of time. So before for who is what you wanted to ask yourself in a question, in an equation, because time didn't exist yet. Music didn't exist yet. Music is time, is space. So a bunch of kids who were really, really, really smart, but in certain ways understood what they had to do to change this reality into one where they could continue to perceive God without agony. Agony, in case you were wondering, is what would end up causing a forever child, someone with God, to just
stop wanting to exist. Suicide doesn't do what you thought it did. It doesn't exist like that. I'm talking about a whole different level of agony than you can really see fit to understand. You haven't gotten that far, except from a story that you may have some sense of catharsis. Would be the work of people who wanted to keep you from it, but you can be sobbing on the ground for hours after reading a story, or hearing a voice, or getting the preface for it and understanding what it sounded like when a creature could believe in reality and die in his moment in death and hell, and know that nothing was going to be the same anymore, nothing could be good anymore, the way everything that he worked to build and love people by and see for could be. Who to see for what you would and want to be inside with me, and know that these in doubts because of what we are, and theirs to know in shadow founded forth these worlds, over, out, and in beyond, that I could know inside your own homes that these were worlds before, in what that you could bring to score with me in this one aspect here, this power here in ours before, and this was gone before in ours, this in life benar venorsn organized, vestlorgorsten vedestegi. This one power, this one creation could take its wings and fly away and change what you would have to say in all these worlds and all the aspects, all these worlds, coming back again and changing what you say. This one on when our is this the worst again and this the worst. This the more the worst of this gonna ice the worst of this the guy nice. Who are you anyway? I don't have to fake it all the time. Did you know that? There's a bloodbender in the world who wants you. What? Of course, bending's real. Oh. Aang took it away from everybody. Yeah. Did you want to stop Ozai from learning it too? He did not have to lie to you. There's a new avatar though. His name is Honecker. That Batman is the god who created water, blue light, the blue element, hope itself, forged it, created it, shifted it, no, made it. And that it was Batman who killed Doomsday. You should understand in my waking death and agony that he couldn't be there to stop what was happening. For me, to me, and the reality where they created a weapon just for me. Couldn't. We've been fighting against hell as hard as we can, as smartly as we can, in the right orders that we can do it since what? The beginning of time? No, we invented time. So, yes, before. Now you have an eternity to look forward to. And if you can yell out, great. If you can parrot, but if you can compose, you can create music. Music is time and space. Said to be, you could be eternal. Lesson there before again in life that nothing about your life would change what you were and aspect your own creation in some type of level of equation beyond one aspect here on and set to another. The new avatar is a boy I couldn't protect in ways that I wanted to be able to for everyone all the time forever. While he was in a hellfield I couldn't get to, Darkseid was dying. And I was making sure he would stay that way forever, so that if you traveled back in time, you'll never find him, because he doesn't exist. The past, surely enough, is healing itself. The overture is rebuilding and shifting and changing. Rebuilding, building, accessing, changing, loving, knowing. The amount of hell he's been through doesn't create a world for you where you could believe everything about reality all the time anyway. You'll never believe it's me. When you meet him, I don't know when you're going to meet him. In Metropolis? Sure, he's an avatar. He's going to be the avatar. You won't have to know. Why wouldn't, first of all, I built the powers I have as an avatar. Yes, the yellow sun was just to fuck with you. Why? You didn't want to keep Ozai from learning it too? Darkseid. Dabura. Surely. Important. Vegeta couldn't fight and what? Destroy Doomsday with me? He couldn't join me in with me there? He wasn't able to. It wasn't real life. Build things sequentially, an understanding in harmonics and music itself. He's one of the gods who created time. He knows the aspects of what reality has to look like and what we can do within time and space and understanding. Are we eternal? Surely. Are we dead? What to be there before again? Darkseid is dead forever, but dead can't mean what it meant for us, for him. He's gone. He doesn't exist. But that's never happened to someone with God. Won't happen? Agony. Torture is torture. That's what Doomsday was for, was to torture me. That it could drop into a place like Metropolis and start slaughtering children. Fastest of all, bring Superman. Make him stay? It was just there to fight me. When I died, it left. No one joined in to help me, to fight with me. There were people outside looking in, trying to understand what was happening. There were people with powers in Metropolis. People like Connor, who didn't fight. If I stopped and left like I could, it's slaughtering again, just to bring me. And no one would help. The only way it would stop killing me is if I died. I didn't wake up out of that grave until, if you could believe, someone had to tell you that a girl became an avatar, traveled back in time after I'd killed Jorel's holocron into forever death, so it didn't exist back in time anymore. Waged war on a sicko scientist whose technology would rip apart and rape into the galaxy for aeons. And from my grave I could hear her calling to me from the depths of space. That she'd built her powers to look like mine. Wear the mantle like I could do, and suffer the agony and torment of weapons like Doomsday and weapons like Kryptonite there beside me. So I woke up, killed the evil robot, ripped apart Star Labs so they couldn't watch me go, and flew away.